Yay! Okay, it says that I'm live, so I'm just going to assume that all is good, everything is okay, and that we can start. Okay, small delay from what I'm hearing from what is happening there, but welcome to my new Inktober live stream. I forgot how much did I do so far, but I'm assuming quite a lot so far. Today we are going for days. Wow, I forgot which days there are. Let me just get my paper. So today we're doing 13, 14, and 15. 13 being the luckiest number. So actually this is the number 14. So I'll try to get the number 13 in. And number 13 is actually very funny. It's called Dune. And I just didn't know what to do for Dune. I was like, how do you make a potion with dunes and with all sorts of things? So I was thinking actually a different type of potion, because if you're looking at potions, what is the ultimate alchemic solution? Let's put it this way. It's not actually turning lead into gold or anything else, because gold is not really that important. Actually, what's important nowadays in our lives is having water. So this is a potion that transforms the dunes or the sand into water. And this I try to signify that these are the waves from the, the Japanese waves and so on. So yeah, this is like the idea that I have. And I hope you like it as well. Dunes were not as difficult to draw as I thought. I think the waves are the most difficult, not the dunes. But we'll see when I try to color them in later on whether that's gonna be nice. Yeah. Just some simple flowers. It's called clock flowers. Clock flowers. Okay. Pun on words. So, as always, I'm going to use some really cool micron pens. These are Hival ink, and I have 05, 03, and 005 for really the small details. Okay? So, yeah, stay tuned. Let's do the 03. Let's start with the 03, yeah? So, let's talk about the climate. Wow, that's a tough topic to talk, right? Why did I want to do this is because like everybody's talking about climate change and how some countries actually really lack even basic access to water. And this is a tough topic, I think, for me, because living in the Netherlands, where you don't always think about what you are missing, because everything is there and everything is here. And let's face it, in the Netherlands, it's usually raining the whole day, so there's plenty of water. However, there are some people on this planet that are not so fortunate, because they don't have readily access to water. And wouldn't it be nice to have something, to have a potion that will allow you to make water, right? But I understand that this is a tough topic for some, and maybe climate change is not really the topic for the Inktober. However, it is something that is dear to my heart, and trying to make heads and tails out of it, because it's very complicated. My view on it is that I would like to do something to help these people, and no matter how I try to help, I'm not an inventor or anything. It's not like I could invent a machine to do water. But I did enjoy going to Rotterdam, and Rotterdam is a city here in the Netherlands. It's one of the biggest ports in the world. And they have this maritime museum. And in the maritime museum, they show a lot of advancements in technologies in terms of making new ships and making ships that actually bring the windmills up to sea, right? There's this big ship, which is very funny how this ship is constructed. It's a very big ship, and it has 4 pylons, and it can travel to the location where they have to do the drop of the windmill, and then they just put the pylons up down onto the seafloor, and they can lift the the ship above the sea level so that they can work non-disturbed, and then they lower the ship down when they are done, and then they can go again. But besides all of these cool technologies, they also were showing like you could actually vote for all sorts of nice projects made by inventors, right? So you can give your money on how to tackle the problems, right? How to desalinate the salt water, how to tackle climate change, how to tackle cleaning the seas. So the reason why I like this dune is because also dunes are something that are more common into my home country, which usually doesn't have dune. I mean, it's a continental climate, right? But dunes are becoming more and more visible because the earth erodes, you know, and like it's just like things that were previously green are now just sand. And I am really interested in how can we as a humanity or as anything that we are can rise to the challenge and actually make the changes necessary, make the inventions necessary to get us out. I mean, it doesn't matter who causes it. What matters is that people are suffering, right? And what matters is that we need to help, and we need to, no matter what happens, is we need to get out of it and we need to survive as humanity. So I'm just hoping this is okay and the stream still goes. Anyway, this was why I really liked the Dune prompt, and I was really thinking, you know, how will I draw it? I mean, you can definitely easily draw dunes, but that is not something that is very interesting. So of course the dunes are here. They're having quite some this size. Unfortunately, things are not as easy in real life as they are in a drawing, right? You can't just have a potion and magically wish things weren't like this. So anyway, it's an interesting concept, and I hope some things will get better. I'm trying to also watch the... Oh, hello. I'm trying to watch the stream to make sure that everything is still working and is still okay. My internet has been proven before to be utterly unreliable sometimes. So hopefully we're still lucky tonight and we're still doing this. So for those of you that are just joining now, we're drawing the prompt Dune. Another idea that I had for this was actually resting solely on the books Dune. Like the planet Arrakis with the sandworms and with spice. So that would have been something nice to draw the sandworm. But I thought like, okay, that maybe that is something that a lot of people will draw. And yeah, I don't necessarily want to get into trouble, you know, copyright wise or anything. So we're just gonna do this. Yay. I think the hardest part in this is that I realize after a while that I'm trying to learn many things at once, and sometimes I just have to give up certain things and not make things perfect. And there are some things that I'm learning how to draw now, which are the flowers. So I'm using some Dutch books from the 80s or something, or they teach you how to draw flowers. and my mind works in mysterious ways, as in I can draw flowers if I know the steps. Just looking at a flower and drawing what I see, it's still not there. But if I have the steps, I can logically think, okay, these are the steps, this is how I do it. And so this time for me, this month is also practicing that, and practicing also sometimes how to look at. These particular flowers are very difficult for me, although it only has like basically 3 lines. I don't even know, 3-4 lines. They're very difficult, and I didn't realize when I was trying to draw them. I tried to draw them for like 3 or 4 hours, and I didn't know why it wasn't working. Then I went to sleep. I had a very good night's sleep, and then the next morning, all of a sudden, I could draw them. I don't know what's happening. Sometimes my mind just doesn't work. It's either because I try to draw a lot in the evening, and yeah, this is the weird part. Now I'm trying to spice up my leaves as well. So I'm making leaves in different directions and different style. I'm probably going to try different styles till the entirety of October. But yeah, this is interesting. I don't know if you guys have this trouble whenever you're tired that you cannot do some things properly. I have that a lot apparently, and I sometimes don't want to admit it that I'm tired, and I'm like, I can still stay up, I can still do things, and I'm grinding on. But what I'm noticing with drawing is that no matter how much I grind on and no matter how much I hang on and not fall asleep, my mind just, and my mind and my hands do not connect to each other. So yeah, that's the interesting part. So I actually had an interesting day today, because now in the Netherlands they are doing, different regulations and lockdowns and other interesting things. And because last night I was so tired, I didn't get to wake up in the morning as usual, because I kind of like to run in the morning in the park. Because in the morning there's nobody there. So, only I saw a fox and a couple of rabbits sometimes in the park. So yeah, I guess the fox is there and the rabbits are there. But today I couldn't wake up. I usually wake up at 6. I just slept through it. And then I didn't have time, because I usually run for an hour. I didn't have time. So I've actually ran during lunchtime, which was more crowded, but actually it was very fun in the park, because then I could see the nice mushrooms that are sprouting all over the place. So I took some really awesome pictures, and I took inspiration actually from those mushroom pictures on to my next drawing, which is the outpost, and I'll explain when we get there. But yeah, it was a really fun experience. Usually when you run in the morning, because it's so dark, I just don't look around. But today was quite fun. My husband was also helping me, because he did run in the morning a bit later on, but he wanted to come with me and walk while I was running, kind of on the same route. He really doesn't like to leave me alone, and I don't like to be alone, right? And even if we don't run together, he's still with me. So that was like really fun and really good. So he was helping me. He's the photographer. He was helping me, like, oh look, these are really nice. And yeah, mushrooms. I guess it's the season for mushrooms, because it's really humid outside and it kind of rains all the time. I am not an expert in waves, but I liked this type of Japanese waves that just crush around. So this is what I'm trying to learn how to draw here. So probably they're not the perfect Japanese waves, but hey, I don't care. I like them. I did like to keep it to the waves and do my own style a little bit, right? So I guess I always say that in a couple of years with practice I'll get there. Maybe I'll get very far away. Of course, I don't want to learn Japanese waves because I want to become a tattoo artist, because I think I will be too scared to tattoo anybody. And I will be very scared to, and probably fainting from the blood. That was gonna be so fun. But I do like the tattoo style of drawing and inking. So I'm watching a lot of those on Pinterest. I take a lot of inspiration because these tattoo artists, some of them, and majority of them, are such amazing artists, and they make such amazing artworks. And to think that these artworks are on people's skins and they will be there for a long time, and it's an art form, I think. So I really like following them and taking inspiration, and yeah, that's nice. Will I ever try to do my own tattoo? No, probably not. I mean, I want to, but I'm too scared. I'm a scaredy cat, so no, that's not going to be. Let's try 05 and thicken some lines. Oh, these are the 005, so maybe not. Okay. There's no rhyme and reason. I haven't yet learned how to do this thicken tin, but I'm trying to do it to see what looks nice and what doesn't look nice. So this is how you learn. You just try it. And by the way, I'm not afraid that I'm messing up the drawings, because I think one of the problems that people have is they're afraid of messing up and then they're never gonna try to draw. So I don't care. If it doesn't come the way I wanted it, is I'm gonna, recycle it, throw it away, and I'm just going to try again. And even if I mess up the inking, I'm still using the drawing for watercolor, because it's not like you shouldn't waste the opportunity. Like, even if it doesn't look the way you want it, you can still practice the other skill like watercoloring and so on. So my advice is, like, don't give up. Like, even if one part didn't go as you wished, for example these dunes, it's fine. It's fine. The other part went perfectly well, I think. And I am going to utilize this one regardless. And of course, next time, I'm just gonna do it differently. But that's fine. I keep saying it's fine. It really is. Like, don't be afraid of failure. And like, this is how you practice, and this is how you learn. So we're gonna just practice and learn and make mistakes, of course. Look at it the next day. The next day I'll see all the actual mistakes that I've done. So hey, don't worry. Secretly, I'm also testing to see which days are very good for doing live streaming. So I can decide next month whether I'll continue with the live stream at least once a week, which is the best day to do it. So that's the secret. Anyway, this is the dunes transforming into water. It's really cool. So let's move on. The next one that we have is called Armour, and that's the one that threw me a little bit off. I really didn't understand how I can make something with armor and a potion. So in the end, what I did learn and what I did do, and I'm not sure if I succeeded or not, is kind of draw the armor around the bottle. So I made a bottle, so it has all sorts of armor plates, and it has all sorts of really nice bolts here. And why am I saying that I learned how to do it? Because it's not as simple as you can, because I struggle a little bit here how to do the perspective and how to show the sides of this armor, because it needs to technically fold around a round object, right? What goes well with the armor is the thistle, yeah, I guess. This is that one flower that has lots of spikes on it, and it's like super purple. So I thought that this one has a natural armor, right? And it's really pretty flower. And I learned how to do this, and I had really great help from my husband, because I wasn't necessarily seeing it. I didn't understand how to draw something around the bottle. So he was what he teach me is how to draw the guidelines and how to do it, and I'm really grateful. It took about a day or so to just get to this level. So although now you see the last results, I'm just saying that it does take some getting used to, and I'm still not very good at it. But, you know, it's every day you're learning something new. Okay? Oh, Marlena, thank you so much. Thank you. Okay, so armor. Let's start. I'm starting with the 0.5 because, well, this one needs to be more bulky. Armor, armor, armor. I, in my mind, a lot of times think that things are easy. In my mind, with my mind's eye, I draw things and I'm thinking, this is how the line is gonna go and this is how I'm gonna draw it. But then when you put your pen to the paper, it just doesn't work like that. Mind plays tricks on you. Really, the mind plays tricks on you. So, yeah. Whoever is giving those advices that you should practice every day and so on, yeah, they're right. You should practice every day so that your mind and your hand connect much better. Yeah, trust me. I didn't think, I initially thought that you just needed talent and then you'll just do it. But no. Okay. This bottle has a weird shape, doesn't it? It's a weird, kind of weird bottle. So, not saying anything about it. I just thought this was more bulky bottle and more interesting. So because the armor is going around the bottle, actually it needs to extend beyond what the actual bottle is here. So the bottle goes in and this one is like the cover. So this is like the cover because it's armor. So yeah. Okay, now we're back. I'm just going to take this camera and I'm going to see why my other camera doesn't want to go. You see, this is why we're testing these things. And it's okay. Yeah. Just fingers crossed that everything will be okay. Let me see. And I'm also putting myself back. Let's see if people on the stream are still there. Did you guys leave all? Hopefully not, right? And hopefully this one. Now you can see that I actually have pants down, okay? You can see that, so the mystery is solved. My camera just shut off for some reason on its own, so don't know why. We're just gonna continue and we're gonna pretend it didn't happen, right? It's a live stream, I cannot turn back time. But yeah. Okay. 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 It looks like it's okay right now. It may be overheating or something. I'm also learning all of this stuff as I go. So yeah, we're just gonna continue. Hopefully everything is okay. Okay. It's good thing that I was watching that I'm watching the video as well, because this is how I noticed that it was very strange. I did change the settings today, so I put it on 4K, and I don't know if that makes any difference or not, but it did. It was a little bit heated up. So yeah, let's just try to do it and try to make sure that everything is okay. Where was I? Oh yeah, armored potions. Yeah, this indeed gave me lots of headaches. I didn't know how to do this. I actually initially wanted to draw something that had a cover, like things like a carved wood cover, or it's covered like that, but I was really bad at drawing that one. And this actually I succeeded after quite a few attempts, but the other one was even worse. So, you know, sometimes I always say you have to adapt and you have to continue. So, yeah, it's interesting. And as always with the live stream, I'm always saying that this is all a test for this month. So I don't mind how things go. I'm just testing all the equipment and all the things that I have, making sure that things work out good. Right? And I used to have, of course, different gear. Like I used to have a camcorder. Why am I not using a camcorder anymore? Because every time I was filming something, like I was filming my crafting things, for every hour of film, it was taking about like an hour and a half to just transform, just to transform that film into an actual format that my computer can understand. Because for some reason the Sony camcorder that I had was writing in some proprietary format that like my Mac was not recognizing. So what I was doing is I was filming a lot, but then editing was taking forever. Editing was taking days and days and days. So I stopped using a camcorder. I'm actually using now a vlogging camera, but I haven't figured out all the kinks and stuff. So I'm just learning it. I'm super happy with it so far. And you know, it will go through a lot of testing with me because I'm testing things a lot. And I'm testing different formats every time, different settings to see which ones are better. Which is nice from a camera point of view. Okay, so now the parts of the thistle which I'm most scared of is not the leaves, it's the thistle itself, because there are so many ways to draw it. So if you look at the tattoo drawings on thistle, there are two types of drawings. Very loose and then with color, or very intentional, right? So I haven't yet decided which ones of those is going to be. So that's why I let them loose for now, but I guess I have to commit to something. So let's commit to making it a little bit more loose. I am drawing now the spikes, so that's okay. Actually, the thistle I would like to draw again, and I would like to learn it, how to properly draw it, and to decide on a style that I like. Like, I haven't yet decided which one is the style of the thistle that I like. So I'm going to probably try multiple styles over the next few weeks, and then I'll come up with the ones that I like. Some flowers are very straightforward. This is the way you draw that flower, right? But sometimes not all the flowers are like this. I'm going to draw that with the 005. Don't worry. I'm gonna do the ones that I actually can do very well. And then we're going to make sure that the rest are fine. So, should we do bets now? How long will the camera last? This time, I would say everybody can give their bets. And it's fine. What can go wrong? I mean, it cannot get worse than this, right? I'll just become famous, you know? The streamer that lost their stream during the streaming summer. That's gonna be fun. Maybe it gets viral because of that. Oh no, wait. Like, have you guys seen actual art videos that get viral? Like actual videos that get like the millions and millions of views in art? Because I haven't, except for those weird 5-minute crafts ones, which are fake. But I don't think I've chosen the right area to go. I think I would have had much more success in, I don't know, software engineering or something with my videos. But I really enjoy the art part. So yeah, it's gonna go. It's 33, so, you know, this stream is going okay. We're not overtime or anything. I think we have enough time to finish 3 drawings today. If you are not yet following me on Instagram, You should. Link is in the description because that's where I post all my pictures, and you know, you can see my cats and so on. The reason why you don't see the cats in the video, although they're in this room, is usually at this hour it's their nap time before they go crazy during the night. So this is the perfect time to actually do these videos, because otherwise my cats will just like to play around with the eraser, they like to play with my drawings, they like to just be on my desk while I draw and do everything that they're not supposed to be doing. So I'm really glad that this is like their nap time. You bet 20 minutes. Yes, thank you. The betting starting. Right? So maybe this is not... the betting of how long the stream will stay live. I'm always wondering what will I do if I would like to stream on, for example, platforms like Twitch. I wonder if those are better for art streaming or not. I don't know. You can always let me know in the comments below, even afterwards, if you're actually on platforms like Twitch. I usually on Twitch just follow gamers, World of Warcraft or other gamers. But I don't follow that many art streamings, but I've heard that there's many people that are doing streaming. So yeah, it's gonna be nice. Okay, so let's use a 03 to just go around here. Just be more intentional with some of this stuff. This is like me going off the chart because I haven't thought about how these things actually work. So yeah, testing, following the form. I'm just assuming. Okay, this one I made it super super symmetrical. I'm not sure if that was the intention, right? But this is how like Inktober is. Inktober is just drawing things out, and I'm just going to see what works and what doesn't. I don't mind anything. I don't mind making the perfect, how do you go, drawing or the perfect artwork. What's important is me trying things out. Okay, this one I think it's a little bit better. It's gonna look much better when I'm gonna add color, but I keep promising adding color here. I'm gonna stop promising this because it's probably going to be in the live streams from next month. I'm just gonna pick my most favorite ones and draw them. If I win, do I get one of these nice drawings? Okay, I feel like I'm walking into a trap here. Yeah, if you win the bet and the camera actually lasts how many? So that was how many minutes ago did you say? 20 minutes? So if the camera lasts another let's say 15 minutes, then yeah, okay. Unless somebody wants to bid something more. Oh, okay, okay. I'm having fun adding extra stuff here. Okay, I'm starting to like this style of thistle. Nice. Okay. I just don't worry about it. You know, when I was young and I was drawing and I was doing all sorts of random drawings, I never worried about how it looked like in the end. I don't know. I was like, I'm just having fun drawing. So I think this is what we should be doing here. Yeah. Nice. Okay. So it's 38. 8 minutes ago. Okay. It's 38 and I think I've finished this one, which is armor. Right? And now we're going to the last one, which I drew inspiration from nature. And the last one is Outpost. And let me explain. I was in the park, was running, and I noticed a lot of mushrooms in a very weird cluster. And they're very tiny mushrooms, like super tiny, and they're all on top of each other, and they're all on a stump. And this is kind of what I wanted. Like, outpost for me doesn't necessarily mean, it can be some old ruins that in the past were outposts. And so what I drew here is actually this building. Very fun thing. This building is in the Efteling, and the Efteling is a park here in the Netherlands. It's like kind of Disney, but better. Okay, let's assume that it's better than Disney. It's the best park in the world. And this building is made to look like a ruin, but actually it's a donut shop. And you can buy the best donuts ever. And I really love this building. And I've made many pictures every time I go there. And I wanted to draw it. So I imagine this is the outpost. And this is kind of like, it's everything. So here, you didn't win it. Let's do this. Okay, I see that it's not focused. I'm trying to fix it right now, so don't worry, so that we can actually have the last one. Okay, still not showing very well. Okay. It cannot focus for some reason, but we're trying to. Okay, now it's getting into focus. Awesome. So stay with me, don't go away. It's just technical difficulties. Happens during live streams. Yeah? Okay, awesome. Now I can turn on this other one. Okay. Don't worry, we're back. So, I'm sorry, Mello, you don't win the drawing because your bet didn't go through. It didn't last 20 minutes. I have no idea what's going on, but, you know. Yeah, okay. Let's continue and let's try to do it as fast as possible. So, let me show you the image that I was planning to show you. This is the image that I took in the park, and this is kind of like the cluster of nice mushrooms that we have. Like, this is a really nice cluster, and in the back is this tree stump, and I imagine that tree stump as being the outpost or whatever, and it's being surrounded because nobody's been there for a long time, and it's being surrounded by all these mushrooms, and this is kind of what I wanted my drawing to be. And you know, I just wanted to show you guys that one. It's really nice. So I'm going to take it off and I'm going to draw as quickly as possible. I'm having the 03 on, and let's get to it, right? So don't worry about things. Sometimes technical difficulties just make you stronger. Yeah, so don't worry. For the people that are watching after the stream, hey, it happens. Like, you can't control this. It's a live stream. Really, you can't control this. Like, if I would have been filming, I would have just tried again. But this time, it is what it is, right? So, the cap on this bottle is a mushroom, and everything else is a mushroom, and I really like mushrooms. You can see that I like mushrooms, right? Like, it's obvious. I'm not always... sometimes, depending on my mood, I draw mushrooms really good, or I draw them really disproportionate. So I think it's, again, depending on my state of mind and how awake I am at that moment. So do we want to have even more bets on how long does this camera stay now? You can still have a chance to win another project, another one of the projects, right? If the things. It looks like it's a 10-minute mark, so I think I need to finish it within 10 minutes. Let's see if I can do that. So don't worry. So these mushrooms are so funny because they're like in a corner here. And these are the usual mushrooms that you find, like the ones with the red and with the white dots. I didn't learn yet how to draw the white dots in a properly pleasing manner, right? I don't know. I just do it randomly. And I know that there is some way of making these dots look like they belong there. I'm just drawing dots in no particular order. So maybe with time I will learn how to do it, but for now, oh well. So in this corner I have like these 3 mushrooms, and by the way, they're also inspired by the Efteling, because in the Efteling you have all these tiny mushrooms that are with red, and they're for the kids. For the kids, they can sit on it, and from each one of these fake mushrooms there comes a really nice song, so the young kids can sit on it and you can make pictures of them sitting on mushrooms. They're really nice, so that's why I like them. You can see that I really like this park, and no, it's not sponsored or anything. It's just one of my favorite places to unwind. And it's also a place that has been built by one of my favorite artists in the whole wide world. And okay, that's beside my husband, who is also one of my favorite artists, but my favorite artist is Anton Pieck, and he was an illustrator, and he kind of illustrated all the places in this park and all the attractions, and his drawing style, so you can go and look him up, he's Dutch. Funny enough, nobody at the time when he was born was telling him that he's an artist, and he had a twin brother, which is very interesting. And his twin brother was doing like very conventional art, and everybody was thinking his twin brother is the artist, and he was just insisting on doing like illustrations with pen and watercolor and ink. And he was shunned his whole life, and now he's become a household name because of this park that he built. But I really like his style, and I understand how he got there. I mean, he probably drew and drew every day for for years and years and years, and he was so good at it. So I like to go to this park because they also have a museum there, an Anton Pieck museum, and I can see his actual drawings and his actual sketches of everything, and it's so nice. And he has such a big imagination, right? So that's why I'm really liking this park, because it makes me dream and it makes me go like, oh yeah, I could do that, I could build that. So, you know, no matter what people say, no matter how much people ridicule you, like, don't give up on your dream and don't give up on your style. Don't try to make a style just so others like you, because it's not worth it. Like, just stick with yourself. Stick with yourself. You'll be fine. So, yeah. I think the most difficult part of a mushroom is this under the mushroom, these little gills, because yeah, you get them. Sometimes you can get them really not spaced nice. But okay, I think I managed with this one. It's fine. Okay, let's do this. It's always funny how the unexpected happen when you least expect it, huh? But like I always say, what's the worst thing that can happen? It's not a lot of things that can happen bad. I'm still drawing. I'm still exercising my hand, right? So that's nice. Really like the dunes, and the mushrooms look nice too. Oh, thank you. Yeah, the mushrooms. I am a bit like, I thought that I'm gonna like the dunes a lot, but now that I'm looking again at the mushrooms, I'm like, ooh, I also like the mushrooms. Okay, it's gonna be a battle. And I always struggle into what's the best composition for the bricks. And I'm sure that there's a study book in there that will tell you that, but I haven't encountered it yet. So, you know, until then, I'm just going to do it my way. That's okay. The camera, surprisingly, is still on, so we're not that far away from the ending, so that's good. Let's keep it up, and let's pray that everything goes okay. One funny happening when I was in the Efteling with this particular tower. It smells really nice because, of course, they sell donuts and so on. But there was a squirrel there, and the squirrel was one of those jumping, flying squirrels. I don't know how you call them. And he or she was just jumping from one brick to the other till up. So he was sitting up here, and I thought that was so funny that he wasn't afraid of all the humans that were down there. And he was so agile and so funny. Yeah, that was fun. I'm always imagining that during the night they go and they steal lots of donuts. It's gonna be fun. Okay. One thing that I know I didn't get right is the perspective of these bricks here around the door. But that's fine. Again, How many times did I say fine? I think somebody should count, okay? Somebody should count and put the counter there. It's one of those, like, why are you keep talking about this, Claudia? So now let's draw these tiny mushrooms that I saw and how they will come together. I think they're more rounder. Okay, I'll try to make them more rounder. Of course, in terms of size, they're nowhere near the ones I filmed because those are really tiny, and this outpost looks like a big one, right? So we're not going for realism here. We're just going for the idea. And I'm gonna add at the end a lot of the details that you saw in that picture, like the little veins on the little mushrooms. Those will be nice to add. Okay. And they're gonna be so cute. And I'm gonna paint them in. So do we think that this is why we're, because of this all sorts of weird technical issues, we don't see that many live streams? That could be. Or maybe they're just using a different streaming platform. Yeah. So today is Thursday. And the next stream is going to be Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. The next stream is going to be Sunday. So let's hope a lot of people will join me then. Sunday is a bit of a more free day. Right. So that's okay. Okay. Okay, we survived so far. We survived so far. We only have, let's say, 5 minutes where we're gonna add details and nice stuff with the 005. And then I'm going to tell you how you can find me. You can find me on my blog, which is a WordPress blog. You can find me on Instagram, where I post more funny stuff and cat stuff and, you know, sometimes sketches. So if you wanna follow me there, and on YouTube, I do have a Facebook page, but that's just there. I'm not doing anything necessarily with it because I'm not into really Facebook that much. I just did it so I can control my Instagram better from the interface, but it doesn't mean that I'm very active there. I would say that Instagram and YouTube are the places where I'm very active. So if you are returning or anything, please do subscribe. On the month of October, it's going to be streaming every 3 days. And we do 3 Inktober drawings. And then I'm going to post in the beginning of November the regular schedule for November. And you know, I'm going to maybe start slowly with some videos and some live streaming. And then I'm gonna see how I feel about it and how much time it takes. And then we're gonna take it from there, right? Okay, I added like the nice lines here for these mushrooms. So I'm really happy about it. I'm gonna finalize this one. And then we are technically almost at the end of the stream. Only 6 people watching, but thank you so much for the people that are watching now. You guys are great, and thank you for staying with me for so long. For the people that are going to watch me later on, yeah, don't forget to follow me. And if you like this kind of content, let me know so I can continue doing it. And if you don't like this kind of content, it's okay. It's like my saying, I think it's my 20th time this video I'm saying, it's okay. We don't have to like it all the time, right? But I'm still going to do it. Thank you, and I hope one day I'll see the Efteling again when this whole world goes into a better place. Okay? Until then, and until next time, until Sunday, have fun, enjoy. I hope you watch this video, and see you Sunday. Okay? Doei!